Alright, so for this drawing, I'm going to be using my 6B, and here is my pencil extension. I think you guys, if you've seen all my other videos, I use this a lot. It's just so that when you have a small, short pencil like this, you kind of want like a longer pencil. It has a little bit more grip and a little bit more movement. So it really helps in terms of sketching and being able to keep loose. So for this one, let's go ahead and sketch it out. And I'm just going to draw one line across. This is just going to be the eye level. And then let me try it this way. I'm just gonna rough in the edge of the face here. So here's the eye level. I'm just gonna rough in. So let's say this would be the bottom of his chin right here. Okay, just very roughly. Okay, so here's the eyebrow. So here, this is the eye right here. I know it's a very strange way of working. I don't really do any kind of head construction. I just kind of try to draw what I see. Okay, so let's say that's the eye, and in between is approximately one eye space, and his face is kind of like that. He's got a longer nose. Then yeah, so this is off. So this is gonna be needs to be a little bit wider. Okay, which is okay. So I'm just gonna erase that out. As long as it fits in the paper, it's fine. I'm just afraid that if I draw too big or too small, it's kind of hard to see in the camera. Okay, let's see the mustache right around here. His lip. It's got a very long chin. Okay, let me rough in some points first. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see. I'm just gonna block it in. Just making big chunks of the facial hair. His nose probably a little bit longer. Here's the eye, corner of the eye. It's definitely got a very unique look. Here's the eyebrow. Okay, so let's check this again. Nose coming down right here. If you come straight down, it's right around here. The wings of the nose. This side, let's see, it's closer to this side right here. Here's the nostril. So now I'm able to kind of make a little bit harder line. So my lip is a little bit too high. So here's the opening. Okay, so the roughing in part at the beginning can be fun. It could be frustrating, especially if you're not getting the lightness. But once you get, some of the lightness, and then you're ready to start shading. To me, that's the most exciting part. Okay, so let's see. Let's go up. Straight center is a little bit off center here. He's got a really long forehead, and his hair is gonna be coming down. So let's rough in some of that. Here's on the side. Hair's gonna flow out. Here's his ear. Hair. Okay. So in this one, the hair is important because it's gonna give, make it look like that John Wick character. Okay, so here's his ear. His hair is gonna flow out. Okay, I think that's okay. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so here's the eye, and his eye is actually kind of small. It's not that big at all. Here's his eyeball. The upper lid right here kind of goes over. This gets a little bit messy. All right, so let's start shading. I'm gonna save a little bit highlight. Here's in the middle, the pupil. Okay, so highlight, pupil, and then shading the rest. That's what I like about the the 6 p.m. I'm sorry. I said I was using the 8p. Yeah, I switched it to the 6. I figure maybe I get some finer lines. Okay, so shadow here. Here's the brow. So brow is going to come straight across. Okay, not too thick on the brow. Underneath here, the back here. And the lighting on this one maybe is not as good because it's very, it's kind of flat. You know, he's got the highlight here. So you got the flash, you know, straight up his, right in front of him. And then you got some side lighting. But there's not a lot of shadows going on his face. So I guess that's one bad thing about drawing from this. So in that case, what I'll try to do later is try to exaggerate. So here's the highlight, again, pupil, and then just shade around it. I'll try to exaggerate the lighting a little bit. Hopefully I can, you know, just bring it out a little bit more. So here's the eyebrow. Comes up, here's the back here. This part's dark. So here's the nose, right? So this is gonna be lighter right in the center, and it's gonna be dark here. So I'm just gonna come down like this. Okay, the nose come down. So again, there's some side lighting here, so it kind of blows it out, which is kind of bad because it's, you know, we just have less shadows to work with. And okay, so let's come down. See, here's his cheek. Here's a highlight right here. Highlight right here. So this part's gonna be a little bit darker. Right here is a little bit darker. So here's the facial hair. Start right here. Okay, so here, let's see, the mustache. Yeah, this could get a little bit messy, so let's hopefully simplify it. And his lip here, I'm trying to draw the opening, so it's dark, kind of dips down, comes back up, and then all this is gonna be in shadow. So this is really dark in here. So here's his lower lip. This is dark, but give it some bounce light inside here. Here's the mustache edge. And then this is gonna be in shadow, so this is super dark. Okay, so here's the mustache. Yeah, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna approach this. I'm not sure what to do with the facial hair yet. How I'm gonna draw it, how much shading I'm gonna do. It's not exactly fun sometimes with the hair. All right, so I'm just almost just kind of fixing the face a little bit with this. So I'm sketching and just trying to fill things out. Okay, so let's go back up. Let's draw a little bit here so we can balance things out a little bit. So here's the highlight. There's a couple of highlights in here. This comes down. Right here's a little bit darker. Here's the crease. Oh, this is gonna be darker. So there's a little bit of rim lighting right here. This is light. And then right here, it's a little bit darker. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna try to do, is try to exaggerate some of that lighting. Okay, so let's come back up here, and I'm just gonna, let's add some more detail so we know what's going on here. It's gonna be hair. Here's his ear. Just ignore that for now. Hair, come in. And for this, I like to draw in straight lines for the hair, even though it's curvy, because we can always come back and curve things out. Straight lines are just a little bit easier to draw, and it's almost like an envelope. You're just kind of drawing the outside shape, and as you get it closer and closer, you just kind of tighten things up. It works kind of well, pretty well, I guess. Not kinda. Okay, so here's his hair. Yeah, very messy stuff. So I'm not gonna make this part too dark because I need to put my hand over it. So let's come back up to the face. Maybe shade a little bit here. So here, got a couple highlights right here. So this part's gonna be a little bit darker. This part right here is slightly darker. Some shading around here because this kind of bumps up the highlights in the center. So it's almost like a ball, like a big basketball. Here's a little bit darker again. Okay, and then all right, let's go back up to the eye. So let's hit this again. I think it kind of looks like him, right? Not too bad. As long as we can get it close. Again, I don't care for exact likeness. Don't want to spend too much time doing that. We always want to just kind of sketch and draw and stay loose and see things that we haven't seen before. Okay, and we try to put those on paper. Okay, so now I'm coming in a little bit more. Yeah, the little extra lighting on the sides actually kind of throws it off because it's like a warm light. Just kind of flattens everything out. Darker here. Okay, so let's hit that a little bit harder now. There's a lot of little details and I'm starting to tighten up a little bit, which is no good. Okay, let's get the nose. Let's see, here's the highlight, and I always like to draw in, kind of exaggerate the little roundness of this, and then get the bounce light on the bottom, which really helps. So here's the bounce light on the bottom, and then the shadow is gonna be really dark. Here's the nostril inside. Here's the shadow coming down, and then we're back to the mustache again. All right. So I'm trying this. It's almost like same kind of pattern, right? You keep coming down, and you're like, oh, you're here again, and here's another pass. All right, let's come up to this eye, and this eye's a little bit darker. This eye is more in shadow right here. Slants down. Corner, dark. Let's hit the eye again, darker. Comes down. Yes, eye actually slants down a little bit more. I have mine's a little too high. Okay, so darker here. Right here's dark. Come in here's dark. So right here is a little bit darker. See right here, this line, there's a little bit of bounce lighting right here from the side. So if you make this dark, and this a little bit lighter, it's gonna help to give it a more three-dimensional shape to it. So it's very subtle, but it's very important. It's just those little things, fools the eye. Darker here. The nose, let's give that a little bit more shading. Darker, darker. Okay, it's cheekbone right here. Now I see it. I didn't see it earlier. So this part is lighter. This part's a little bit darker. So of course you guys can't see me doing this, but I'm squinting my eyes a lot when I'm shading this. Because by squinting your eyes, you get rid of all the details, and then you can see in general, the bigger forms a lot better. Okay, so here it's gonna be a little bit darker as well. Okay, so let's add a little bit more detail right here on the nose. shadow. Okay, so now we need to figure out what we're gonna do with the mustache and the beard. Okay, so let's start doing that. Now that we have another pass on this face here, on the upper side, on the eyes and stuff, we need to put in more detail down here. So let's get that. And so for the mustache, I'm just kind of making these little flicks, so you get some nice taper edges, depending on the direction. So I've come down, can go down this way, or I can go this way. So let's see, let's start on this side. So this part's gonna be dark. So I can shade that in dark first, and then on the edges, I'll add in the little curly lines like that, right? Like smaller lines as you get to the edge. And I'll make it feel like there's actually more detail than it is. So here's his hair. His hair is flowing down this way, so I'm gonna try to follow the path of the hair. And you can actually do that even though, let's say, the hair is gonna be, let's see, this one's gonna be curving down like this, right? So here's, okay, hold on. Let's see, here's a strand. Here's another strand going down this way, and this one's gonna go out like this. So you can actually shade it like this. Give it a little bit of highlight right there. So like this strand here, instead of drawing like one big curve, a nice, kind of like a more stylized way of doing it is just with straight lines instead. Just like little blocks of shading. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit more stylized, and people accept it. It still looks kind of cool, so they were like, okay, that's hair. And then you go in and add in more strands or whatever, just little details here and there. So like on the back here, let's see, I don't want to put too much detail here, so I'm just gonna give it one tone overall. So this one's a little bit, what do you call it? A little bit more softer because it's further away, so it'll give it a little bit more three-dimensionality to it. So things on the back just kind of make it a little bit lighter. Okay, so let's see here. And here's his neckline. This neck's right here. All right, so let's keep going. I think the hair's okay. Yeah, sorry if when I'm stopping, it's because I'm looking up into the camera so I can see what I've drawn or make sure that I'm still in frame. Okay, so here's his lip and a couple of these lines like this. So again, the hair keep coming down. Down here is really dark. His hair's a lot darker on the bottom because it's denser and also because of the lighting. All right, so let's keep going. So this part should be a little bit darker. More hair, and for the smaller ones, I just kind of dab it in there like this. Make it look like there's more detail. Okay, and then here's the clump right here. Here's his ear. I'm just gonna check it on both sides to make sure that, kind of in the same neighborhood. This hair right here is all dark. Okay, yeah, very messy beard. Okay, so the lip, now that I have the mustache here, now the lip looks a little bit too light, right? So now I'm gonna go in and add in another level of shading to it. Still keeping the little bounce light up here, this is important. Here's darker here. Let's make this darker. And the highlight, oh, I kind of lost it, so oh well. So if I lost it, I can always just kind of bring it back later with a eraser or not. Okay, so the bottom right here looks okay. I think the nose is okay. So let's add a little bit more subtle lighting here, shading. This part's darker here. Let's soften that up. We don't want like, you don't want like a hard crease. Like even this line right here is a little bit too hard. Because in the face, there's really not a lot of hard lines. So it's nice to just go back in. You can just kind of soften it up. Okay, so we're back up here again. Let's give this another pass. The center here is a little bit flatter. It's harder down here. So I'm very light on my hand, and so like even this is really light. That helped me kind of just fade things out. It's almost like a gradation. It's like I'd rather do that than smudging. Okay, so let's add some more detail here. Okay, so now that we have this, and well, let's see the ear. So not so white. And then, okay, now we got to finish up some of the hair over here. Okay, so again, here's a strand coming down. You can actually just hit that pretty hard. And then hairline's gonna be down here. Okay, so this part's dark. So it's gonna go this way. This one's gonna go down this way. And then right behind the strand, it's gonna be a big clump that kind of goes this way. And it's kind of dark. So this goes out. So right here, you can just come here and just hit this hard like this. See, that'll help to bring out this strand. So this is dark. It's going out that way. Again, I'm trying to follow the direction of it, so now I can come in and draw some of these lines. Now you feel like it's actually moving, right? Okay, so let's see. In the back of the ear, this part is always dark right here. Here's the hair coming down. Again, I'm making it a little bit lighter because I want to draw less attention to this on the back. Okay, so now let's finish this up. So on the back, again, I'm just gonna draw these kind of little blocks. Okay, I'm all the way up there, so I should probably stop. All right, not much is gonna happen up there. I'm running out of paper space. The last thing I want to do is draw attention to that. Okay, so here's a shadow on the hair. A little bit darker here as it gets closer to the face. Hairline right here is darker, darker. Again, I'm still trying to follow the direction here. The flow of the hair. Okay, let's see. Looking at it. Now, at this point, I'm just trying to balance things out to make sure that, if I have dark hair on this side, and then on this side, I should probably have some of the same darkness as well. Okay, so harder line here. Let's just give it some more flow. Behind the ear. Okay, so I think the eye shape is a little bit off. Again, that's probably because I haven't spent too much attention to getting the shape of the eye as opposed to just shading it. And it's got a very unique shape. So I'm just gonna come in and let's see if I can fix some of that. Darker in the middle here, and there's bounce lighting up here. Now for the brow area. So the brow is really light compared to the face, which is incorrect. So let's go up there and Just add a little bit. I don't want to do too much on the brow here. Again, as it goes to the top, I'm okay with it being faded out because, you know, we want to keep the focus here. So again, really light, a little bit darker here. If I squint my eyes, I can see this part right here is darker. There's two little bumps here. Dark here and dark here. All right. I think that's about it. I need to get in close, just kind of go over the paper, and then hopefully I can see a little bit more. Just bring out the eye a little bit. I think the rest is okay. The nose is okay. I mean, I can feel it a little bit, you know, this roundness. It's a very complicated shape down here. Okay, so but at least you can feel this form. So I think the nose is okay. This is okay. The hair is all right. I think the eyes, yeah, it's a little bit off. There's a lot of, the side lighting here is really messing it up, I think. Or else we could have actually have some more dramatic lighting on the face. Okay, or I can just go in there and, you know, add in more of these little details, but I really need to get over the piece of paper so I can see a little bit better. But I think overall, yeah, I think it looks okay, right? Kind of looks like him, so that's a good thing. Okay, so as usual, you know, I'll probably just, you know, walk away and come back to it, and I'll finish up with little details here and there, and then yeah, hopefully it'll be, you know, slightly better than what you see now. All right, so that's it for this Keanu Reeves drawing. Very hard to say his name. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and let me know, you know, what you guys want to see me draw, or any other kind of subjects, because I know I've been just doing a lot of portraits and stuff. So yeah, just let me know in the comments below, and yeah, I'll see you next time.